There it is. Hey, wrestling fans. Things are looking a little bit different here, cause it's not Andy. It's not Lee. It's no Carmine. It's just me. I'm doing a solo show because nobody else can do one. Liam's busy. Andy's sick. Carmine is in an alternate dimension where he works forever. And I don't know what Keelan and Brendan are doing, but they can never do one of these anyway, so... Hey! Hey, everybody, how's it going? I hope you can hear me. Let's double check the chat for a second. Okay, Stuzzy Haiku is here, says, how's it going? I'm shitting the brick, because I've never done one of these solo before, and I don't know if anyone actually enjoys my solo commentary on anything, so... Hey, how you doing? Bullet Clubber Shield says, why do y'all not announce when y'all going live? Because y'all don't know. It's improvised. It's random. I didn't know if I was going to be alone tonight, and I didn't know if anyone could even be here tonight. So, fuck it, right? No one, I don't know what the fuck's happening this Sunday when it's Fastlane, and this is going to be that pre-show. Now, today, this evening. So, hope you enjoy what I have to say about this fucking card. Bullet Clubber's Shield just says, just gives a blank face emoji. That's great. That's encouraging. Thank you. We love you being here. So, with that being said, I'm gonna talk about Fastlane. I'm gonna discuss a couple of things about that card. I'm also gonna take a look at some of the news this past week. And if you have anything that you want me to discuss specifically, like, I don't know, Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards with the baseball bat thing, or Hillbilly Jim with the Hall of Fame, you know what to do. You can just sound off in the chat and let me know what you want me to talk about. So, there's new discussion on Ronda's bookings so far. Yes, well, how have I enjoyed it? Well, I've enjoyed it. I don't know if I gave any of this airtime last week, but yeah, I'm not a hater anymore. I'm actually looking forward to what she can do in the ring. And of course, in the build-up to WrestleMania, we now have the official match of Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. That's all been made official. Okay. Now, I'm more worried about Kurt, to be honest. I'm more worried about what he's doing. Oh, Wolfie is here. Says, hello, fellows. Just me. Just the one fellow today. You know what? If this is a unique opportunity for y'all. If you have the balls to appear on a Suplah show with me, how about you let me know what your Google Hangouts situation is? If you have a microphone, that's good. And if you have a webcam, that's good. Fuck it. If you have just a microphone, that's good. You let me know. And I'll let you be on the show. Because I'd rather be with a total fucking stranger, than just myself. Because I want to get some of your opinions on Fastlane or Ronda Rousey or anything else that's happening in the wrestling world. New Japan, even. We're alone. Andy doesn't have to be like, I pretend to watch New Japan because I really like the Bullet Club. How about you let me know? Just let me know if you want to be on this one here live show. And we'll get to ya. Bang, bang, shoot, shoot, Team Bear Hair Fan Club, right? Yeah. So, where was I? Ah, yes. Ronda Rousey. I'm more worried about Kurt. Because as we all know, the last time we saw Kurt Angle in a ring was, I want to say it was Survivor Series. And he just, he didn't look good. He looked like Kurt Angle in slow motion. Like he was lagging for some fucking reason. And I swear to God, I hope that he is okay now. And he can actually put on a good match. It's like a tag match. It's gonna... Triple H is good. Alright, Triple H is probably the only solid good thing about this entire match so far, right? He's not bad. He puts on a good match at WrestleMania like every year. Well, The Roman match wasn't great, but he was fine. It was like a good main event of Raw. And that's it. Yeah, Ronda, I... we don't know. She did a good Samoan drop on Raw. I feel like it could go well. And she's been confirmed to appear on every single Raw in the lead up to Mania, which is more than we can say for Brock Lesnar. So, you know, I have high hopes. I have optimism. And of course Andy does, because he's Andy. He loves that woman. Weirdly. To the point where it's uncomfortable. But hey, that's that. What else are people saying? Wolfie says, I think Kurt's last match before returning to WWE was November 2006. So yeah, 2016, 2017. That year of ring rust. I don't know. And before that, he was slowing down in the ring. Yeah, it's not great. Oh, Liam Dunn says he could possibly join on his phone. Well, let's give that a go, shall we? Let's see how he wants to do things. You want me to call you professional? So yeah, let's have a look at Fastlane. Fastlane, oh boy. Actually, I want to talk about SmackDown for a bit. Because fucking hell has SmackDown just been on a... It's been a garbage fire. It's been a dumpster fire. A hot mess lately. And by lately, I mean since last year. Oh, Liam says he can get Google Hangouts on his phone. Look into it. I am live. Can't dedicate time to fuck it, that's just gonna be mean. What are people saying? Yeah, Fastlane's this Sunday. There you go. We're okay. We have more questions about Ronda. Still see Haiku says, do you think Ronda should wrestle before WrestleMania? The businessman in me says no, because people really want to see what she can do in the ring. Save it for Mania. Get the buy rates up. Get people interested in WrestleMania rather than random Raw. But saying that, there's like 4 Raws in between now and WrestleMania. Maybe 5. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with her in that meantime. Maybe do something with her. Maybe do a couple of squash matches, but I don't know where you're going to find the enhancement talent. Like, Bayley and Sasha are having their own thing. Asuka and Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax are having their own stories. Fuck knows where we're going to go with Ronda. But if you can find someone from NXT, that's such a bad thing. Like, whoever gets in the ring with Ronda is going to lose. Like, that's a fact. So, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. Maybe, I would say put her in there with someone from maybe, I don't know, the Mae Young Classic, like Abby Leif or somebody else, a jobber. There's not really any female jobbers on Raw anymore. It's just enhancement talent, like literally enhancement talent. So I don't know if Ronda did have a match before WrestleMania, who they would even put her with. She could squash Dana Brooke, says fucking Sussy Haiku. And Bullet Club. Ronda vs. Dana Brooke. Sure, Dana Brooke is there, but I like Dana Brooke. I think she's, like, underrated. And yeah, some people are gonna be like, oh, she just has nothing. But that's fine. That's because she's not been given the opportunity. Like, I remember her in NXT being, like, a little rough around the edges, but I liked seeing her perform in the ring. So I don't know. Maybe it's a case of being, like, too green for TV, let alone Raw at the moment, so they just stuck her with Titus Worldwide, which I think is cool. But I don't know. And maybe Dana Brooke is a good enough candidate. Ah, yes, Bullet Club says Abby Leif just got released. Yeah, for those who don't know, Mae Young Classic, Abby Leif, also known as Princess Kimberly from the indie circuit. She was signed to a WWE contract. I think she might have appeared on NXT TV maybe once or twice. Don't hold me to that. She was at least on live shows. She gone. She been released. And there have been a couple of reports that it's due to unprofessionalism, like not taking wrestling seriously. Whatever, man. Like, she's good in the ring. I'm sick of WWE hiring people just to say that they have them. Monopoly is bad. Let her go off to the indies and do things there. Let her fight, I don't know, dudes. Like, it's so fucking popular on the indies right now. Let her go mix it up with a couple of good talents on the indie circuit, and that would be fine. Not everyone needs to be with WWE. Hello, indie circuit. It's fucking good at the moment, but hey, that is that. Bullet Club says you don't get opportunities, you earn them. Mm-hmm. That's right. I don't know if you're talking about Dana Brooke or Abby Leif, but you know, you earn them. And sure, like, she's good in the ring, and one could say she earned that opportunity, but whatever, man. Like, if you didn't have any plans for her, good. Set her free. What is appearing? Wolfie says, Ronda is appearing, and I was worried she was going to do a Lesnar all month. No, well, the thing was, like, she was scheduled to be full-time in WWE according to this magical contract, and the only reason she didn't show up from, like, the Rumble... Ooh! Liam says, call me! Ooh! Okay, let's figure this shit out, shall we? This is gonna be fun. Call me... okay, I can't say that word. We're gonna have some fun. I don't know if he means call him like this or not, but fuck it. Let's give it a go. I don't know. This is what happens when you're on your own. This is brilliant. Hello, Liam Dunn. Let me put you on speaker. That might be an idea. If I can I even put you on speaker? Let's figure it out. Hello, Liam Dunn.
I downloaded Google Hangout. Call me on Google Hangout.
Great, you didn't fucking say call me on Google Hangout. You just said call me. That bad word.
I thought it was always... I thought you knew it was on Google Hangout.
No, I didn't fucking know that. You just said call me. Like, alright, I panic and I press the big call me button on Messenger. That's what I do.
No, I said, can I get Google Hangout on my phone? You said check. I checked. I downloaded. That's why I said call me.
Alright, I don't have Google Hangouts on my phone. How do I call you?
On your computer, so just call me.
Alright.
You see on your computer, my name, put the little, just call it. Just press the little, like, it looks like a 1 on the side, like a bent 1 on the side. Just press that button, and it will call me, and then we can talk.
Okay, Father, I have called you. Let's see if you get added in. There we go. Technical difficulties. Fuck my life.
I'm here. Hello.
Here? Let me unmute my thing. He is here. Hello.
Whoa, hello. That was a bit closer than I thought. Okay, this is me. Hi, I'm on my phone.
Hello.
It's a bit weird. Sorry, I'm exporting something for a client, so my computer's kind of out of commission.
You edit for a living.
I work in the film industry. I haven't said that in a while. That's a 2015 meme coming back.
2015 meme, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when 2015 wants its memes back?
I can't remember any other memes from 2015.
It was mainly Age of Ultron. I worked on the Avengers. I work in film. It was those 3 things.
I meant in general, not just for Suplah.
Oh, not just the Suplah. I don't remember. It was mainly Suplah, to be honest. Yes, I am wearing a Batman onesie.
Oh, you can see him. There he is.
Yeah, you can see me. Hi. Yes, I've not got my hat. Hang on. Wait. Wait a minute.
Waiting.
Wait a minute.
There we go. I clicked off myself, so everyone else can see you now.
Wait a minute.
Wait, we're waiting. Let me read the chat while we're waiting. Stussy Haiku says Andy Streak. Oh yeah, that was a meme in 2015.
That was a meme in 2015. There we go. I got a hat.
There we go.
How's the lighting? This is off my laptop.
Let me have a look.
This is.
You look all right.
I look okay.
Look fine.
Let me put a lamp on.
All right, cool.
Oh, look at that. More light.
Alex King says Liam.
Alex.
Bullet Club says Liam.
Bullet Club.
Bullet Club says miscommunication is key in Sam and Liam's relationship. Yeah.
We don't
What
have a
might-
relationship.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck you then. Lots of people saying, oh yeah,
Wait, people are listening to you?
yeah, people tuned in and didn't go away after about 5
Okay.
seconds.
Hey, guess what?
What?
I have a pizza.
You know, I should have checked beforehand that we were gonna talk about wrestling instead of random shit.
It was a Texas barbecue pizza.
Wonderful. We're talking about Ronda Rousey right now.
Hey, there was too much of it, so there's a bit left.
Okay.
I
Okay.
got a Coke Zero though, not endorsed.
Mm-hmm. No,
Not
why
a
else
paid
we can fucking
product.
talk about him?
Not a paid product. Got this.
No.
Look at that.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Stussy Hiker says making weird edits to Andy's screen was a meme. That's an eternal meme. That's
Yeah.
all. That's forever happening. Or it would if he was here. But no, he's sick with something.
AIDS. I don't know why I just said that.
I
That was
don't
weird.
either. That was weird. Fucking
That was
hell.
strange.
All right. Let's talk about Fastlane.
Okay, I'm gonna lose the hat first. The hat was
All
not a
right.
good idea.
Okay, are we ready?
No,
Are we
fuck
ready
it.
to talk
Wait,
about
wait,
Fastlane?
wait. Okay, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Wait.
waiting for
Oh,
you. We're on your time.
oh,
What?
oh,
What?
oh,
What?
oh.
What?
Red hat.
So Fastlane.
I bet you regret
happening.
bringing me in now, don't you?
Surprisingly, no. This is quality banter. All right.
Oh, is that what it's called? I thought it was just me annoying you because it was funny.
Well,
I'm
it's
gonna take the
both.
house.
It's both. Okay. So Fastlane is this Sunday. Did you know?
Does my microphone sound okay?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Fastlane
Wait.
this Sunday is. I don't even care anymore. We're talking about Fastlane. All right. So first match on the card: Becky Lynch and Naomi versus Natalia and Carmella. What the fuck? What?
Can you see yourself in my glasses?
Do you remember when SmackDown had like women's feuds that meant something?
Oh, yeah, at the end of like 2016.
The
2016,
golden
yeah.
era. Yeah, the end of 2016, where you had Carmella and Nikki Bella, and you had
Wait. Wait.
was it Natalia and Nikki Bella?
Be quiet.
What? What the fuck, dude?
I got wait.
What are you doing?
Shh.
What?
Shh. I'm having a drink.
Oh, is the kettle boiling? Is that what I hear? Liam? Dickhead? Yeah, brilliant. Good laugh.
Yep.
Quality. 10 out of 10. All right. Fastlane.
Thanks.
Fucking. I forgot what the match was because I'm just busy listening to your shit. Becky Lynch and Naomi. Natalia and Carmella. Thoughts?
So I have a confession to make.
What's that, Liam?
There's too much wrestling. That's not a confession. That's a fact. No. No, okay, hang on. Right, so there's too much wrestling, so I can't focus on the amount of wrestling. And I'm currently working for Fox at the moment, Fox Television. I'm working on a show for them, and it's very busy. I can't. What? I'm also working on a film for Universal, and I'm also working on a YouTube series. It's not like I haven't left What Culture, really. Anyway, the point being, right? I feel like you're annoyed. I don't know what's telling me that you're annoyed, but something about your posture. There's a certain vibe coming from you right now. The way you're looking at the camera is telling me that something has annoyed you about what I've said. Would you like to explain what that is? Let's just talk it out. What is the problem?
I don't know. I'm just trying to talk about Fastlane and you're putting yourself over.
No, right. There's too much wrestling, and I can't
Right.
keep track of everything because I'm a very busy person, right? So, because of this fact, I can now no longer watch the normal shows because 3 hours for Raw, 2 hours for SmackDown, an hour of NXT, an hour of 205 Live, an hour of Impact, an hour of Impact's like 2 hours now, isn't it? An hour of Lucha Underground, an hour of Ring of Honor. Like, there's too fucking much. So I have decided from this point on, I'm only going to watch the special events, which is like the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, although I missed Elimination Chamber because I was too busy, and Fastlane, and I'm gonna watch WrestleMania. I'm gonna book the day off after that, so that's gonna be cool. What was I saying?
There's too much wrestling.
There's too much fucking wrestling. So I just watched the thing is, when you watch them in like Fastlane, they'll just be like, well, and it is Fastlane, and then Fastlane will come up because they're doing the thing with the words at the moment. Fastlane, it is the road to WrestleMania, and then it will have John Cena being like, I want to face Roman Reigns or Rey Mysterio. Somebody beginning with R. Somebody beginning with R. That's who I want to face. Or you. One of the two is fine.
I want to face Ruby Riott at WrestleMania.
To be fair, he could do worse, right? Put over a new star. Just saying.
He wouldn't put her over.
But yeah, and that's that. It will just come up with all the recaps that you'll need for wrestling anyway. So I don't feel like I need to watch it. I know you've said that 205 Live has had like one of the it's been really good. It's had a lot of standout matches and stuff.
It's getting better. And that's because I think Triple H is in charge of creative for that show now, so he's just like, bring in NXT people, make it about wrestling.
Vince has basically given up on 205 Live.
Good.
Much in the same way that he just gave up on ECW, which ironically, it's weird, isn't it? When Vince McMahon gives up on an idea, somebody else takes the idea and turns it into something good.
Think about it this way. If it weren't for ECW, we wouldn't have Sheamus.
Well, I was going to say NXT, but I see your point.
Yeah, WWE ECW was like NXT before NXT.
Yeah, but the original NXT wasn't quite the NXT that we have now, but that was the path. It was the ECW, which then became ECWWE, which then became NXT, the reality show, which then became NXT, the
developmental program, which then became NXT, the WWE indie.
Yeah, and that's not even a joke. It really pretty much is.
Yeah, let's just sign up all of the indie talent except for Kenny Omega. Brilliant.
Well, you know that they had Kenny Omega and then they let him go?
Well, they didn't let him go. He left. Or
I thought they fired him. I thought they were like, yeah, no, he's not good. We're going to fire him. And then he was like, look what I'm doing.
I'm popular despite you.
Why is my face so red?
You're a beetroot. That's why.
That's why.
So, Fastlane.
Yeah, Fastlane.
I feel like this conversation isn't in the fast lane, but I'm going to put it there. Fastlane.
Okay, so, Fastlane. What are we talking about? So, Becky Lynch
and Naomi teaming up against Natalya and Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella, because they have nothing for any of them.
I miss James Ellsworth.
I don't.
Why not?
Because he didn't do anything. Well, I mean, he did the Money in the Bank thing, and then he went to doing nothing, despite being with Carmella, and then released Nothing's Changed.
That's my problem. I feel like he did something. He did something more for Carmella's character, and now without James Ellsworth, she's done nothing.
Well, sure, but then there's also Becky Lynch, who has floundered and done absolutely nothing since she lost the Women's Championship.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like a lot of these characters have kind of floundered.
Well, that's more down to the booking than the release of James Ellsworth.
Yeah, Natalya, bless her. She's been there like, what, 10 years?
Oh, God, she was the women's champion before Charlotte.
She was the women's champion before they had the women's championship. It was the Divas Championship.
But I mean, like, literally, Charlotte has the belt now. Before her, it was Natalya.
What was it?
Yeah, it was. No one fucking remembers, though.
I forgot that fact.
You know who had it before her?
Naomi.
Yeah.
And then before her was
Alexa Bliss. Yeah.
Then before her was Becky Lynch.
That's the history of the championship. But now that Charlotte has it, no one else is allowed to do anything. So let's just put him all in a tag match with Miss Money in the Bank.
It's all. Didn't they used to do this when they didn't have anything going for the girls anyway? They just put them in like a 3-minute tag team match.
Yeah.
Just to put them on the card.
Except for this time, it's 5 minutes.
Wow, fuck. I mean, that's almost double.
I know, it's almost
It's
as if
almost
it's
double
a
the
great
length.
thing. I know. Oh god, what are people saying in the chat? Stussy Hiker says, is this on the pre-show? Probably. We don't actually know what's on the pre-show until the day of the event, so I honestly think this is going to be on the pre-show, maybe with the US title, but I don't think that will be, based on who's in it. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Whoops, sorry, I accidentally paused you. I missed everything you just said.
Brilliant. They asked if it was on the pre-show. I said,
trying to...
I don't know. Maybe.
I was trying to... Oh, shit, my phone. Oh, no, shit, wank. Shit, wank. Wank, shit. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I can hear you. Okay, that's fine. I thought I went deaf.
We're live, fuckface.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't care about this match, and it's just a tragedy, really. It serves to remind everybody that the SmackDown Women's Division and SmackDown in general has just tanked through the floor into hell. Everything's on fire.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just, you know what? It's funny because you mentioned. I just want to go back to 205 Live really quickly because we were talking about that, and Sam pointed out something. He calls it the suit. This, no, you said that the wrestling gods listen to the Suplah.
Yes, they do.
Because we've pointed things out and then they've rectified it.
In two very specific instances. The first was Matthew Hardy.
Yeah, and just being like, this is shit. Quite literally awful.
He vacated a world title in a Motel 6.
Yep. And then that same year when we mentioned it, he then became Broken Matt Hardy a few months later.
Career renaissance.
Yep. And then this year, I mentioned that I voted 205 Live as the worst brand of 2017. And you guys, you and Andy said you completely even forgot that was a brand.
I didn't even think it was a contender because it was that, like, out of my mind. And put it this way, it was shit anyway, because you had, like, the Enzo stable, and you had Enzo as champion, which was never gonna go anywhere. I don't even know if they knew what they were doing. Neville fucked off. Austin Aries fucked off. A lot of the good things that happened in the Cruiserweight Classic were non-existent. TJP argued for net neutrality because of cyberbullying. It wasn't a storyline, it was just a thing that happened. Like, it was all a mess. It was all terrible. It didn't go anywhere. But then Enzo got fired because he didn't tell his employers that he was under investigation for a rape.
And I feel that was kind of where Vince McMahon was just like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yep. And it was a soft reboot. And everyone was like, oh, Papa H, save us. Save us from this awfulness.
No, it was a good thing because the whole Cruiserweight Classic, which is what led to the Cruiserweight Championship in 205 Live, that was Triple H's baby. Triple H knew what he was doing, and one of the reasons why people liked the Cruiserweight Classic, much like the reason why they liked the women's inaugural Mae Young, Kairi Sane put over tournament, which was not that was a full name. That was a full name. Let's be honest.
It's just called the Mae Young Classic.
They just shortened it to the Mae Young Classic, but there was a lot more words in that title.
Just replace the word Cruiserweight with Mae Young, and it's the same thing.
There's a lot more names. Anyway, the point is that the reason why people liked it was because it was just good wrestlers wrestling. That was the point.
Exactly.
Right? And then Vince McMahon's like, oh, ha, ha, you know what this needs? Damn it! We need PowerPoint presentations by Drew Gulak.
To be fair, that's like the best part of the entire thing for a while. Like, Gulak was great.
For a while, though. It wasn't the best thing for the whole thing. It was the best thing for a while.
Neville was the best part when it wasn't Gulak.
Yeah, see what I mean, though? It's just...
Someone who wasn't in the tournament. Like, the thing that fucking 205 Live did that I hate, and I still can't understand to this day, is that they had 32 people. 32 people in the Cruiserweight Classic tournament, right? And what do they do? WrestleMania, Neville and Austin Aries.
No, absolutely agree.
Neither were in the tournament. And then what do? They bring in Hideo Itami. Was never in the tournament. Then who do they make champion? Enzo. Was never in the tournament to begin with. Who does he feud with? People that were in the tournament, but they lose. I don't get it. I don't understand. There was the 6 days where Akira Tozawa was cruiserweight champion, but then it fucking fucked off, didn't it? That entire reign just went, nope.
I actually forgot he was champion at one point.
Got ya, prank, bro. Every day, bro. Team 10, Team Tozawa. Fuck it. Just fuck that.
No, I pointed out. I just said that the problem with 205 Live is that the guys who created that brand, who made the 205 Live and Cruiserweight Championship a thing, really, in terms of a kayfabe thing, they weren't even involved. I think during the summer, the main feud was Enzo versus Kalisto.
Oh, fuck. Kalisto. Yes, it was. Kalisto. I completely forgot about him. Who do we have? Enzo Amore versus Kalisto. Neither were in the Cruiserweight Classic, foe. You know who was? Kota Ibushi. You know where he is now? He's in Japan having sex with Kenny Omega. Oh, you let it slip through your fingers.
But that's the thing. It's the fact that they literally hired people for this brand. They hired people like Noam Dar and TJP. They hired them, and they've done fuck all with them. And then the ironic thing is, when they do get the Cruiserweight Championship, whoever they give it to, something happens. Something happens. Neville fucks off. Rich Swann gets accused of fucking assaulting his wife. And then Enzo gets a fucking rape allegation against him.
It's a curse.
You know, I'm just hoping that, and also the other thing, right? And Shane Helms pointed this out on Twitter. This Cruiserweight Tag Team Championship.
Yes, okay? After WrestleMania, this is news. They are introducing Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships, something which I personally have been lobbying for quite a while. But
I agree with Shane Helms.
Shane Helms thinks that there should be trios titles, to which I disagree.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw in my 2 cents as to why I agree. And you can throw in your 2 cents as to why you disagree. I think one of my issues with 205 Live in general is you can have great wrestling, and that's fine, but it doesn't really... The whole reason why the Cruiserweights were such a big thing in the 90s was because the style of wrestling that they had was so different. They were high flyers, and they, you know, the main event was, you know, dominated by people like Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan and Goldberg and the Giant, right? You know, you had these guys that couldn't do that sort of stuff. The Cruiserweights were different. Now, the main eventers are the Cruiserweights. You've got people like Seth Rollins. You've got people like Finn Balor, even Samoa Joe. They're doing the flippy
AJ Styles.
shit. AJ Styles. They're doing the flippy shit. So you can't compete with something like that anymore. So in order for 205 Live to be such a different brand, because NXT has its own feel. It's exactly what you said. It's WWE, but the indie version, right? The crowds are indies. The crowd size is indie size. It feels like an indie show, but with a WWE budget in a way. So how do you make 205 Live different? I would look at something like Mexico, which is the inspiration behind the Cruiserweights. They have trio championships, don't they? I think it's a fantastic idea. It makes it different to what is going on with Raw and SmackDown. So it's not just Raw or SmackDown, but with slightly smaller guys. Like, it feels like a different brand. It feels like a different form of wrestling, a different show. I think it makes total sense, personally.
And that's good. That's all well and good. The idea of trios titles is great because if you look elsewhere, Mexico, Japan, all that shit, 6-man tags are good. They're a staple of certain companies. They serve as a wind down on the schedule for certain people. It's all good. But the reason why I don't think it's going to work in WWE, name me a trios team on 205 Live.
I see your point. I do. I genuinely see your point.
There aren't enough people on that roster to have like a sustained trios scene. Like, yeah, you have, as they call themselves, the Lucha House Party, which is great, of Lindsay, Grand Metalik, and Kalisto. That's great, but that's the only 3-man team on that brand.
No, I absolutely see what you're saying, but I feel that's more down to what they've got currently as opposed to what they can do. I feel like in the long run, a 6-man or a 3-man tag team championship works better. I think that they need to adjust the brand a little bit to sort that out. Maybe it can be, why can't 205 Live and NXT guys mix it up? Or, you've got the UK guys. I'm not saying that all the guys from the UK are 205 material. They're not. But what I'm saying is that you've got something like the UK Championship, which is held really by independent wrestlers and it's defended on the independent scene. I'm not saying you have to necessarily go that route, but why not have maybe some independent wrestlers who can just work a couple of 205 Live dates? Do you know what I mean? Like, or yeah, have some people from NXT come up and you just flip between the two. I think something like 205 Live, especially with the three-man tag team championship, that could be a good way to introduce them to the main roster. But I think that's it's more down to the issue of what they need more for 205 Live in order for it to work. Yes, I think now just the normal tag team championship would work better, but I would rather see the brand grow as an identity and become something in of itself, as opposed to, oh well, it's just SmackDown but with small guys, which is kind of what it's starting to me is kind of what it is. It's just SmackDown with just smaller guys. That's all it is.
The
And
way
Buddy
I see it is,
Murphy,
but right now it's NXT but purple.
it's
That's
you know
how I.
what? It's in a way, it's kind of a mix between the main roster and NXT.
Yeah, it's like a little halfway point.
Yeah.
And then you have people from the UK scene, like Mandrews, coming in and doing 205. He's apparently on 205 now permanently. And
Yes, I've heard
according to
that.
the Wrestling Observer, they're grooming, I hate that term, but they're grooming Ricochet and Leo Rush to go over to 205 Live, which will be a much needed injection because
Oh,
everybody likes those
absolutely.
two.
And you know what? That is something that I feel like 205 Live absolutely needs. It needs star power like that.
Mm-hmm.
You've got
Definitely.
Ricochet is, I know he had his critics, especially when he had his match against Will Ospreay, but he's a well-known name amongst the indie scene.
Mm. You
And
can't deny that he's one of the best, like, junior heavyweights in the
I was
world.
literally gonna say, you can say whatever you want. I know I'm about to contradict myself about saying, oh well, everyone does flippy stuff, but Ricochet, and I've seen the guy live. Ricochet's moves and his moveset is just on an absolute another level. Like, you think you've seen AJ Styles, and AJ Styles is fantastic, right? But in my opinion, Ricochet makes his moveset looks like not quite like a heavyweight, but Ricochet can do some shit that not even AJ can do. It's incredible, some of the
He
things
can
he can
do
do.
630s.
Yeah, no, seriously though, like I think it will really take having Ricochet on 205 Live and putting him as one of their main stars will take 205 Live to a completely different level.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely agree.
Absolutely.
But anyway, that's 205. That's
Sorry,
not even
I know
about Fastlane.
I haven't been on the show for a while. I wanted to talk about it.
No, that's cool. Well, before we go into Fastlane, there's one other story that I wanted to talk about, but we're not going to get an opportunity to later. Have you been paying attention to Impact?
No.
Okay, you're not alone. Nobody else on planet Earth has, except for me.
Okay, that's fine.
Because there's an angle, a story, injury that's been in the headlines lately.
Oh, Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan.
Yes,
Yes, I've
indeed.
heard
So,
about this.
for those who don't
I
know,
saw
a
the
little
clip.
bit of
Hang on.
backstory.
I
There's a
saw the
clip,
clip.
yes.
That's my computer.
All right, cool. So yeah, the story here is that in Impact there was a match between Sami Callihan, who's a ruthless heel type character, and Eddie Edwards, who's their new like bland babyface character. That's what it is. There was a spot in this match wherein you had a chair set up on top of Eddie Edwards on his chest, and then Sami Callihan, whose thing is a baseball bat, he likes hitting people with a baseball bat. He hits like the base of the chair with the baseball bat to injure Eddie Edwards in kayfabe, but he didn't quite get it all, and instead he nicks the end of the chair with a baseball bat, and instead like fully like full hammer just fucks up Eddie Edwards' face with a baseball bat. Cue everyone losing their shit, including Jim Cornette, and who loses his shit about the slightest gust of wind nowadays. Everybody on planet Earth is now like, oh my god, Sami Callihan, what the fuck did you do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to defend him here. It was an accident. Shouldn't persecute him for a wreck. Yeah, sure, the spot was it's been done before. It's not the first time that's ever been done. It probably won't be the last time it's ever been done. You can't,
No.
like,
I absolutely
get on his fucking case for an accident.
no.
Worse things have happened by accident to better people. Like, it's unfair everyone just on Sammy's case like he meant to do it. He didn't mean to do it. Accident. Accidents happen. Everyone's praising Rey Mysterio right now. You're not going to forget that he accidentally killed a guy in the ring. Literally killed a man. No, because it was an accident. This is something that's minute, something that surgery can fix. It's something that's so trivial that's being blown up to the limit just because people are thinking, oh, it's Impact. Oh, what a reckless place. Oh, Sami Callihan. I hated Solomon Crow in NXT, so fuck you now. It's like, no, that's not what it is. It's just an accident that's been blown way out of proportion. And Alex King says, what the fuck? I need to watch this. Yeah, like, just go and watch it for yourself. You can clearly see that it's just a poor series of timings with the spot and everything like that. It's just a poor circumstance that we're in.
Well, I think I'm looking at the chat, and Woofy's comment says that that Eddie Edwards spot was disgusting, but also an accident. I do, however, take issue with Callahan trying to profit off of it with T-shirts. And yeah, I think that's kind of more what the issue is.
Well,
like, no,
explain why. Explain why
that's
a problem. Explain why that's a problem, because as far as I'm aware, both Callahan and Edwards were involved in this. It's a work. It's entirely scripted. And so they're thinking, how are we going to benefit from this? How are we going to benefit from it? How am I going to make money off of this to maybe pay for the surgery? Merchandise, T-shirts.
I mean, I see what you mean, because let's go back to, I think it was 96, where Owen broke Austin's neck.
Yes, very famous series of accidents.
The T-shirt, yeah, and he had the T-shirt, and he had the phrase, Owen 316, I just broke your neck. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
it's also in recent history with AJ Styles doing the Styles Clash in New Japan and breaking a series of people's necks, and then they were making it like a thing off of that. Like, it's a thing that the business has always done and always will do with things like this. It helps humanize it.
I think, though, I see what you're saying. I do. I definitely see what you're saying. But in contrast, you've got something like, the thing is, New Japan, I don't agree with that personally. I don't. But I guess it's just a different style of wrestling, because it's from a different, Japan has a very different style of wrestling. Theirs is a lot
different
more
culture as well.
Yeah,
a lot of different feelings towards the performers and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And going back to the Owen Hart thing that I said, like, that was 20 plus years ago, right? That was before, you had people like Eddie dropping dead for no reason, before Benoit killed himself and his family. Like, the business has changed a lot since those days. And by what I'm saying with that is that wrestlers should be and have been a lot more conscious and careful with how they treat not just their own bodies, but the bodies of the people that they're in the ring with. Yeah, Owen Hart would make that sort of statement. Yeah, I did break your neck live on television because of a botch. But it was 1997. They also had a storyline where Brian Pillman tried to shoot fucking Steve Austin in his house. It's a completely different time. Nowadays, wrestling's a much different thing, and it's more about, the style of wrestling, as opposed to, yeah, I broke his fucking eye socket. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's kind of the difference. And I think it's more his attitude. I think he's trying to stay in character.
Yeah, definitely. From everything that I've seen, like, there was a TMZ clip released where he was like clearly not in character, saying, "Oh, I feel really bad. We've spoken to each other. We've hashed out. It's all cool." But now in interviews, ever since this thing came out, Experiment, it was taped months ago. Like, this isn't current events. This has clearly happened months ago. Eddie Edwards is obviously fine, but everything that I'm seeing now in interviews and all of that shit, he's just like, No, I don't regret it, and I'm not sorry that everyone's offended. I'll do it again. Like he's clearly a heel. He's clearly working everybody because that's how you get heat in this day and age. You blur the lines between what is really happening and what is happening on television. I just
No,
think that maybe it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. Like he's not a terrible person. It's just an accident that they're trying to spin off into an angle, which is what wrestling has always been about.
no, I get what you're saying. I just think personally, it's a very different time. I think a lot more fans are clued up about what really happens in wrestling. I think the only person that can kind of get away doing in character interviews is Matt Hardy, just because of how crazy that character is. I just think the whole Sami Callihan. Who's Sami Callihan?
Sami Callihan.
Sami Callihan.
He's my favorite Grievous bodily harm.
I love Sami Callihan. I don't even know what I'm saying. I feel like I'm turning into Andy because he's not here.
Yeah, it's one of us has to fulfill that role.
Yes, sadly, it's me. And I just feel like that's kind of what's the issue. It's a different time, and I think trying to keep up with kayfabe on Twitter, in Instagram, not Instagram, in interviews, it doesn't hold up anymore. And I think that's what it is. It's like, dude, drop it. You're on Twitter. That's just me, though. I mean, you've got people like Baron Corbin who acts like a cunt on Twitter. And sometimes you can't tell if that's actually him or him being his character.
It's probably both.
Probably a little bit of both. Also,
Either way,
about my
he needs
hair.
to get an etiquette lesson on Twitter. Like, if you're gonna make like snappy comebacks, at least make them good.
If anything, he needs to get a fucking hair transplant first. Priorities. Fucking priorities.
A couple of things about Baron Corbin, but
you can have some of this, mate. You can have some of this. Look at that. That's fucking crazy. Look at that.
Got plenty to spare. But anyway, speaking of Bazza Corbs, we might as well talk about Fastlane.
Yes, the show that this is actually meant to be about, and we haven't spoken about it in like what? How long has this been going on for now?
About 40 minutes.
Oh, well, okay. We got about 20 minutes to talk about this.
We'll just cut all the bullshit. So Becky Lynch, Naomi versus Natalia and Carmella. Don't care. Sad state of affairs with the women's division. Maybe book it properly after Mania. Okay, good. Shinsuke Nakamura, winner of the Royal Rumble, will be fighting the most over man in WWE this week. Rusev with Aiden English. Nakamura versus
basically the same person at this point.
Well, I mean, one's a large Bulgarian fridge, the other one's a pasty Eddie Guerrero stepson.
I thought you were going to say one's a large Bulgarian fridge, the other one's Rusev. What?
Yeah, Aiden English, that hoss. That muscular man, no. Yeah, Nakamura versus Rusev. He's swallowed in English. Will be at ringside.
Oh shit, I'm not having that hairstyle. I look like fucking Hitler then.
Wonderful. I'm not even looking. That's how much I care. I'm not even looking. Nakamura is still good. It's clear they're gonna do AJ versus Nakamura for Rumble. This is just a kill time.
Mania.
What did I say?
Rumble.
Sorry. Yep, they're doing it at Mania. It's clear this is just a way to kill time. Both of them are good in the ring. Rusev's over. Nakamura's over. Let him go fight. That's cool. I'm fine with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a nice little exhibition match before we get to the big, juicy steak main event type thing. That's all good. Mm-hmm. What is next? Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton for the United States Championship. Who'd have thought this would happen, eh?
I see this as either being an incredibly surprisingly good match or one of Bobby Roode's weakest outings because Randy Orton just doesn't care about anything.
Well, the feud they're in right now.
Can I also just say really quickly?
What is that?
I kind of love Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, I love that he doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Just because he doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Like, it's so funny. That. Yeah, it's so great. Like on Twitter, he's so like over this. He's king of WWE Twitter at the moment just because he's schooling noobs and all that shit. And he's just so over everything. He's so done. I relate to him.
I'm just
That's how great it is.
I'm just like, you know what? Respect. He's not even hiding it anymore.
No, you've been doing this for what, 50 years? Wrestling a long time. He's a bit old in the tooth.
Impressive.
Yeah, and yet he still has his old hair now. Like randomly.
Yeah, that's weird. I feel like 2004 Randy Orton has merged with like 2011 Randy Orton, and it's really weird.
Like, it's
weirding
weird.
Me out.
I either think of like young legend killer Randy Orton with the tall hair, and he's like, I think of that. Or I think of Orton in like 2010 when he was like a psycho killer with like buzzed hair and like RKO. He was like that. It's like there's no in between. But now he sort of like merged both of them and it's weird. I don't get it.
The legend Viper, the Viper killer, the
legendary snake, Randy Orton.
the legend snake, the rattlesnake. No, that's someone else.
Yep, that's great. That's clearly Bob Orton's name. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this match only because it can either be quite good outing for the United States Championship, or complete clusterfuck where Jinder Mahal interferes because he's involved with this too, and they're going to lead to the freeway at WrestleMania. That's apparently what's been planned. Oh boy,
why is Jinder still a thing?
I don't know.
Everyone, can I remind everybody? We live in a world.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a world where Jinder Mahal is a former WWE champion, a champion who held the belt longer than the likes of Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I think he beat Ric Flair.
No,
he beat. I think he's beaten like Jeff Hardy, Mick Foley,
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. He held the belt longer than Daniel Bryan did.
The Miz.
This is the world we live in.
The best thing is, they don't want you to remember that. Because he came out on SmackDown. He came out on SmackDown this past week. And you know how, like, when people on SmackDown make their entrance, they have that little thing that pops up at the side, like the little heads-up display that displays facts about them. The facts about Jinder Mahal is not former WWE champion. It is from Punjabi in India. He speaks both Punjab and English.
Although he's actually Canadian.
Why is that more impressive than holding the WWE Championship for the majority of last year?
Because it's impressive because he apparently came from another continent and traveled over here.
I mean, fuck his World Heavyweight Championship reign. He's bilingual.
I mean, are you bilingual?
It depends what you consider a language.
What do you consider a language? What is the language? I was going to say, what is the language you consider that you speak?
Andy Kwan.
Okay, that's a fair point. All right,
he has his own language.
You've beaten me there. Okay,
there we go.
That's a good point.
But yeah, United States Championship is going to United States Championship. It's just a thing that's happening all the time, regardless of whether people care about it or not. It's happening. You're right there.
I'm tired of it because you know why I'm tired.
Why?
We just spoke about Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Do you see the correlation? Do you just see I yawned after talking about Jinder Mahal.
So moving on.
That's not a coincidence.
Let's just get through the rest of this shit that no one cares about. The Usos versus the New Day again for the Tag Team Championship again. Cool. It'll be a good match. Whatever. I'm curious.
Where's Heath Slater and Rhino? Why did they never get their title match? Title match.
I think they did. They lost it at the end of 2016, so I might be remembering it wrong, but they're both on Raw now. I feel
like, I mean, as much as we like the Usos and the New Day, I feel like they need a new team to feud with.
Well, there is the Bludgeon Brothers.
I was going to say, I really want them to rebuild Ascension.
You know, that would be nice. That would be good.
Do you remember when they held the NXT titles for like a year?
Yep, I remember.
And people say, oh yeah, no, there's no problem when they come from NXT to the main roster. There's no problem. There's no problem. There's no problem.
Connor died on TV last week. Yeah, there's no problem. It's all good. It's all right.
Problem. There's no problem.
The APA buried them and DX buried them all in the same hour. It's not a problem. It's all good.
They got buried. It's like the Revival. They're the next big thing, and then they get buried. Is that a problem? Is that a problem?
The Revival are fighting the Club on the fucking pre-show of the Royal Rumble. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's no problem. It's fine.
There's no problem. No problem. No problem.
Fucking Christ almighty.
This is the character we have. It's just no problem, guy.
No problems. It's all good.
When there's clearly a problem, he just goes, just like, guys, we've ran out of milk and there's no cereal. Well, there is cereal, but we don't have milk.
You don't have milk or cereal. What the fuck are we gonna do?
And
no
then-
problem. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
We got
And
cereal. We
then-
got milk.
yeah.
All good.
And you just have no problem, guys. Just like, no cereal or milk? No problem. Just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore with us. What are we doing? I'm just gonna.
Okay.
This is gonna be my
So-
camera angle. What is that green light? Oh, it's my microphone.
It's no problem. It's fine.
It's
So
no problem.
it's fine.
It's
Green
fine.
light. Fuck it. All
Green
good.
light, no problem.
Okay.
What is this? What are we doing?
Charlotte Flair versus Ruby Riott for the women's championship. A lot about Fastlane is just that it's predictable. Like, we all know Charlotte is going to go into WrestleMania as champion. We all know Bobby Roode is going to go in as champion. We all know AJ is going to go in as champion. We all know the Usos are going to go in as champion. There's nothing here. We know Nakamura is going to win. No one gives a fuck about the women's tag because it doesn't matter. They don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. That's the thing with Fastlane. Like, oh god, I just want to talk about the dumpster fire that is the main event for a bit.
But Sam, quickly,
What?
you're saying that it's predictable.
Mm.
That you know all the winners and who's going into WrestleMania as the champions.
Yeah.
You know where this joke's leading.
No.
Well, don't worry. It's not a problem.
No problem. You know who wins. It's okay. You can bet them on. You bet on them. You win. Oh, good. No problem.
So you're telling me that this pay-per-view is pointless? But that's not a problem.
It's okay. Yeah. It's fine. Existential crisis. No problem. No
That's
good.
not a problem.
Different
No
perspective.
problem.
Yeah, okay, so this fucking main event, right? So AJ Styles is a champion. He beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn last pay-per-view. So of course they get another chance because fuck it.
Is it me? Right? But you're talking, and then I'm looking at YouTube, and it cuts to my camera, and right now you just see my light. It looks like you and God are having a conversation about wrestling.
I mean, we basically are at this point. Hey, God, what do you think of Fastlane? It looks shit. Great, thanks,
Hey,
God.
Hey
You're
God,
gonna
what do you
fix
think?
it?
What do you think
No.
about Fastlane, God? What do you think about Fastlane? It's no problem.
It's all good. It's shit, but don't
It's
worry
okay.
about it. You got me.
It's no problem.
Whoopi in the
Right,
chat
I'll stop.
says
I'll stop.
memes. Yeah, great. There's memes all coming out today. Right. So, of course, Kevin and Sami get another chance at the title because fuck it, right? So you have triple threat rules instead of a handicap. That's cool. But then Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin get added to the match, and it becomes a 5-way. Why? I don't fucking know. And then what happens? Oh, John Cena needs a road to WrestleMania. He's clearly gonna win the WWE Championship, isn't he? No? Okay, just put him in there anyway because it's something to do. It's something to fucking do before we get to WrestleMania. That's the entirety of this pay-per-view. It's something to do before we get to the thing that everybody knows about and knows what everyone's gonna be like and knows what's gonna happen. It's why does AJ Styles have to fight 5 other people to just want? 2 of them aren't relevant. 2 of them have already had a shot, and 1 of them is clearly going to fight The Undertaker. And let me give you a hint: that's not Dolph Ziggler. So what the fuck was the point? SmackDown has just become a dumpster fire lately. Like, it's just become a series of fucking like things to do. It's just things to do. It's just a holding pattern. The same things happen week in and week out. Charlotte versus the Riot Squad every fucking week until Fastlane when they lose because Charlotte is going to go into WrestleMania as a champion. Fuck. What happened? What happened? SmackDown at one point was better than Raw. What the fuck happened? What changed? I don't know.
I'll tell you what changed, right? And it's the reason. It's somebody on Reddit pointed this out. And what it is that SmackDown is repeating history from the original brand split, although it's doing it at a much faster rate by what I can imagine. Let me take you back to 2002 with the original brand split when Raw and SmackDown originally split, hence the brand split, the original brand split, and SmackDown suddenly became one of the big shows, right? It became the most popular show, and people called them the SmackDown 6, and it was Edge, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and Chavo Guerrero. Those three guys, whenever they were in the ring against one of the others, it was always fantastic matches, and they had fantastic storylines, and it was all this. And then, fast forward about a year and a half to 2 years later, and you've suddenly got an unpopular, uncharismatic champion who just seems to have held the belt for no legitimate reason. He holds the belt for way too long. He is weirdly protected, and no one can even understand why he's in this position. And then he loses the belt. Not quite suddenly in the original one, but in this one he does. I'm sure you can do, in the original I'm talking about JBL.
Yeah,
and Gibbles. And in this one I'm talking about Jinder Mahal.
Jindals.
Right? Jimbles and Jindals, right?
Jimbles, no Trumbo.
But you can see a parallel, like it's repeating the same mistakes.
Mm-hmm. And then eventually the pay-per-views aren't split anymore. Everyone's on the same pay-per-view. And then eventually...
It's happening at a much faster rate than the original one.
It's like a Half-Life, almost. Like, it's just destined to get to the original point. And we all knew this would happen back in like 2016 when it was announced. And I thought, no, they're going to do it fine. But now look where we are. Fucking WrestleMania it's a dual brand pay-per-view, and then every pay-per-view after that is dual branded also, one a month. And okay, that's fine, but it defeats the point of a brand split. John Cena's a free agent. He's on SmackDown and Raw in the same week. Fuck it. It's no problem. Fine.
No problem.
John Cena, he's a free agent. He's a popular man. He's in all the movies. There's no problem. Fuck it.
No problem.
Fuck it, right? Like, I don't care anymore about SmackDown. And the fucking, like, the new editing shit with the words on screen, like, that's so shitty. That's just so shitty. We've both made things that are 10 times more professional than that, and that's on fucking national television. What the fuck?
Yeah.
The point. You know what the worst part about all of that is? Like, they have the words appear on the screen. And for those who don't know, for those who maybe haven't watched SmackDown for a while, they've gotten into the habit now of doing selfie promos backstage, which is fine. But it's not fine because they put fucking Comic Sans, literally like Comic Sans words in bright puke green colors on the screen like a YouTube video. And it's awful. And the worst part is SmackDown is meant to be live. How do you know what words you're putting on the screen if they're doing it live? If they're doing it live and you don't know what they're saying, how do you know what words to put on the screen? Oh, wait, the illusion is broken. That's a pre-taped thing you just did there. What the fuck?
Can I also, right, just from a technical editing standpoint,
Alex King called it B-Tech editing, and that's like
It's not even that.
Not even that.
It's not even that. I'll tell you the thing that makes me sad most about it, right, from just an editing standpoint, is that when you're putting something like that together, you have to write each individual word, color it as they're doing, and you have to animate it. You're adding extra work for the editor to do something that people don't like. I know how much work is going into doing something like that. And it's not the editor's fault. Don't blame the guy who's doing it. Blame the guy who thought about it, right? Don't blame the guy doing it, right? I feel most sorry for him because that's extra work. I know, I've done shit like that. You have to do extra work. Otherwise, you could just be like, I'm just going to slot in Baron Corbin selfie here, right? Selfie video, bang. That's where it goes. Fine, we can leave it. That's like a 10-second clip that doesn't, I don't need anything. But instead, now you've got Kevin Dunn just going, basically, Dak, you've gotta work, right? Because he's got big teeth. He's got big teeth.
I got the joke.
Oh, okay, right. You looked at me a bit blankly. I didn't know if you understood what I was trying to
I was just waiting for it to end.
Oh, right. Much like my girlfriend. Anyway, what?
That was just unnecessary. Even more awkward because I know Janie. Like, it's just weird,
right? The point being,
no problem.
No, it's not a problem.
Just wait for it to be over. It's fine.
That's pretty much what I say. That sounded rapey. I'm gonna take that joke back.
Just steer the ship to a different place, please.
The point is that that's added extra work that poor gentleman or lady, you can have a female editor. It's an open gendered job. You can identify as a fucking monkey and be an editor.
Oh my god, Liam.
I'm being you. I'm just like, you can
You're not being me at all.
You can identify as a curtain for all I care. Right, you can be an editor if you identify
I wonder
as a
where
radiator.
you got that comedic inspiration from, Liam.
Oh,
I do.
not when I'm looking at my own fucking curtains or anything.
Ooh, as long as curtains are a popular household item.
Oh shit! Anyway, the point is. So anyway, what I'm trying to say before Sam was just like being a dick was that
I was being a dick. Okay,
Yes!
revisionist history. That's fine.
is that the poor guy has to do more work to it, and no one likes it. So I feel sorry for him.
Well, if he's
That
being
was
paid
ultimately
extra,
that was ultimately the.
you better be getting paid
Exactly.
more for it. Like that's the only saving grace.
Also, Woofy says, "I live for Liam's Kevin Dunn impression."
It's
Which I
not at all
had to
like
read that
different
back
character.
because me and him have the same surname, not spelt the same, but the same surname. And I had to read that weirdly because I was like, that's a weird sentence to say. I live for Liam's Kevin Dunn. Yeah, that's a weird sentence for me. Oh my god, there's a guy at work who has the same name as me, by the way.
Yeah, you have your doppelganger in who works for security.
No, he's not my doppelganger. He's fat. He also has tattoos and he's blonde, but he's called Liam Dunn, and it's really fucking weird.
Yeah, it's not a common name at all, and yet two people on planet Earth with that name work in the same company.
In this, look, right? Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick all your life.
I'm just saying. I'm not even being a dick. I'm just.
No, you're not just saying. You're being a dick. That's not just saying.
How the fuck am I being a dick? By pointing out the circumstances.
Yeah, that's being a dick.
All right, cool. Glad we're on the same.
Not being a dick would be like, wow, what are the chances? That's impressive. Did you get a picture? No, I didn't, Sam. That would be normal.
Why would you take a picture?
Because his name's
The
Liam
picture
Dunn.
doesn't convey his name. It's just, oh, yeah, I got a selfie with this random person. What's his name? Liam Dunn. Oh,
all right. I'll get him to bring his fucking passport with him so he can hold it up next to his face.
Or his name badge that he assumedly has.
He doesn't have a name badge. We don't work at Morrison's. I work in a film industry. Why would we have name badges?
So that you can demonstrate to everybody what your name is.
But then it would just say Liam. I know. I used to sit next to a Liam. Just because the fact his name's Liam isn't special, it's the fact that his name is Liam Dunn. That's what's special. Unless we both have name tags that both say Liam Dunn. And even then, it's a name tag. How can I prove it? You know how I prove it? Passport. Fucking passport, mate. That is... And you know what's great? Right? Because I've now found another Liam Dunn, he can do everything that I don't want to do. If I don't want to... Like, if I've got a doctor's appointment, it's fine. I'll send Liam Dunn. Not me.
That's highly dangerous.
Oh. Jury duty. Oh, I've got a pink letter. Jury duty. Oh, well. Fine, it's for Liam Dunn.
That's more appropriate.
There you go.
Oh, guys, my heart is really hurting. I should go to the doctor. Oh, wait, no, I'll send the other guy.
Exactly. What? Right. Oh, got a haircut. I don't want to get my hair cut. Send Liam Dunn.
But the other Liam Dunn is bald.
No, he's blonde. Blonde. Why? I didn't say bald. I said blonde. Are you deaf?
So what do we think of Fastlane? Let us know in the comments below. It's all good. It's not a problem. What the fuck? Why is it so close on your face? What the fuck did you do?
What, on the chat?
Yes.
Because I was just like, it's not a problem.
It's not a problem. It's all good. So,
not a problem.
I feel like we're done here. Are we done here? Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we go forever? No. All right. Cool.
No, wait. No. I didn't say no. I didn't say no.
Oh, all right. You didn't convey anything, so.
I'm playing Shadow of the Colossus.
What the fuck, dude?
I have a review on the gaming channel. And that's
we have a gaming channel.
We have a gaming channel that went quiet for about a month, but it's now back.
It's now back because there's now episodes of Crash Bandicoot Warped
and
Antonelli.
Kingdom Lice.
What?
The Disney one that you're playing?
Not even close. Kingdom Hearts. I did a 3-part series of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. There's a funny joke in there, I think, somewhere. Go find it.
And I did a review on Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah. And
And
we
I
have
may
plans.
also be doing a gameplay
Mm,
of Shadow of the Colossus with
mm,
a certain special guest.
mm. Is it the motorcycle man that just went
It's
past
the
my window?
motorcycle man. He heard me. He
Making his
fucking heard
debut.
me. There you go, motorcycle Mike. That's it. I'm having motorcycle Mike on the show, helping me play Shadow of the Colossus potentially in the future if we have time.
He's
We don't
literally
know.
just the stick. Like
There
he
you
just
go.
has the helmet on. He doesn't say anything.
No, because that's taken. I see motorcycle Mike as whenever he talks, it's motorcycle noises.
So we're playing Shadow of the Colossus today. What do you make of this Colossus? Brum, brum. Yeah. Glad you're enthusiastic about this, Mike. Brum. Yeah. Great.
So Carmine now knows what he has to create a new Brawl character.
Motorcycle helmet and everything he does with diving headbutt.
To be fair, there's a fucking Undertaker entrance with a motorbike. It writes itself.
There you go. Just get Horse to share his motorbike.
Oh my god, they could be a tag team.
It's just like with a big seat on the back for like babies, but it's just a grown man named Mike. We have a gaming channel where you can check out things, and we also have a website called Suplah.com. We have MP3 downloads, we have other shit, I don't even know anymore. We're on social media.
We don't make money off this anymore because YouTube destroyed all the advertising that we have.
Yeah, so get ready to hear a lot more copyrighted music, because that's pretty much all we can do now with that restriction lifted.
Oh shit, does that mean we can go back to having Big Time as our theme song?
I mean, sure.
I mean, why would you? But
why would you? I don't know why. Of all the songs in the world you could choose, and all of the ones we even had as our theme, I prefer "Hell Yeah" by Red Theory. But no, Big Time, great, best
I don't
theme.
know why.
Best theme for a wrestling podcast. Why was it even that originally? Who knows?
Who fucking knows at this point?
Fucking who cares, right? So yeah, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Andy doesn't update the Instagram.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This show's 10 years old.
Oh yeah, it is. Do you feel accomplished?
No. This show's gone nowhere where I wanted it to go. It's almost as if podcasts have taken off and now too many people do them. We should go to Twitch. Apparently that's where the new stuff is. Fuck YouTube. Let's go Twitch.
Get ready for the new social eating show on Twitch where we eat food and talk about wrestling.
I still need to eat my pizza.
The Suplah mukbangs coming soon. So
that's my hoodie.
I am Andy Kwan.
That's my jacket. This is my passport. I'm not going to open it because you can screenshot it and then take my identity, but you can't. I mean, you can screenshot that, but it won't do anything for you. I've got. What else have I got? I've got Simpsons season 18 on DVD. That's a thing. I got an internet cable for some reason. I don't know why. Did I point out the pizza? I'm not sure if I pointed out the pizza.